Internet! My name is Catherine Barsonistis, and you are watching Munchies and Minis, the D&D themed cooking show, where I first make a D&D themed snack and then work on painting a mini. And today, you have joined us for our Faerunian holiday special. That said, I am taking a break from the 52 weeks of D&D fan art challenge and just making 3 recipes, your December Munchies and Minis recipes, all inspired by various Faerunian winter holidays. I do apologize for the sound on this. My main clip-on mic sucks, so we are down to using webcam, but that's okay. I will make sure that it doesn't peak too much. Yes, you are here for recipes, but we also have about at least 2 or 3 giveaways today on some Baby Yoda Christmas ornaments. My husband has a 3D printer. We found Baby Yoda with a Santa hat and a Prezi-Prez. Look at him. He's so precious. So I've got a gold one, I've got a copper one, and maybe later, if we get enough people in the stream, we will also have a silver one. Also, while we're waiting for that one to, that one's paint to dry. So if you want to enter the giveaway, I'm just going to go ahead and turn it on now. It should give you a prompt as to what the word is. You want to put the hashtag YodaBaby into the chat. And please, if you want to win one of the Baby Yodas today, please stay in the stream. I will periodically, probably once every 30 minutes or so, run the raffle to go ahead and get you a Yoda baby. So, while we are doing that, while I'm waiting on people to show up, let's go ahead and get cooking. So, I will be making 3 recipes today, one of which is called the Fourth Feast meatballs. The Fourth Feast in the continent of Faerun. Faerun is from the Forgotten Realms series of Dungeons & Dragons. It is the midwinter festival in honor of the hunt goddess Miliki, who is also inspired by the Finnish goddess of the hunt of the same exact name. So for this recipe, we are going to be taking kind of a Scandinavian winter recipe for meatballs and lingonberry sauce. But since Miliki oftentimes aids those who are in search of various foraging ingredients, we're going to be doing a beef and mushroom-based meatball. Beef also because in both Finland and also in Faerun, farmers would pray to Miliki to protect their cattle from various forest creatures that might, eat them. So I figured that it would make sense that, oh, you've protected my cows all year, let me sacrifice one for you. So we're going to be doing that with a lingonberry sauce, and if you can't find lingonberry jam, which I usually get from IKEA, but you can find it on the internet, jellied cranberry sauce, especially the whole berry kind, will work just as well. And for that base, though, it's not just going to be lingonberry. We're also going to be making kind of a glog, which is a Scandinavian spiced wine based to that sauce, to that glaze. So that's going to be one of our recipes. The next recipe we're going to be making is based off of Aural's Midwinter Feast. Aural is spelled A-U-R-I-L, is the frost goddess, well, the evil frost goddess of the Forgotten Realms setting. And her festival is usually, hello Salami Express, marked by, not actually cooking any items in order not to offend the ice goddess. So we're going to be making what I'm calling a midwinter ceviche, using some Dover sole with a couple of ingredients that are normally reserved for winter, like apples, fennel, and let's see, what else do I have in here? Oh, right, it's apple cider vinegar instead of using citrus. So that's going to be our next recipe, or recipe we're going to start on immediately. And then finally, for the Faerunian, the Faerunian thing of Cymril, Festival of Cymril, which is actually a festival for the luck goddess Tamora. Basically, it's during the winter solstice when the skies are the clearest time of year, and everyone supposedly has a lucky star of their birth. And if you happen to find your lucky star, then that's good luck for the rest of your upcoming year. So we're going to be making some sesame shortbread cookies that are kind of a little glittery with some baker's shimmer powder to kind of be tomorrow's lucky stars. Right then, so we've got a lot of stuff to make in a single episode, so we should probably get started on that. So first up, we are going to make our ceviche. For this, you will want a non-reactive bowl. And by non-reactive, I mean glass is really the best option here. But you can also use plastic as long as it doesn't leach anything. Sorry. Yeah. And it doesn't leach anything into your food when something is sitting in it. So we have our main glass bowl here. And actually to that, we will be wanting to make our, make our little marinade. Now, if you've never had ceviche before, ceviche is a dish where you essentially kind of cook fish and other ingredients by not using heat, but by using acid. In this particular case, we're going to be using grapefruit, ruby red grapefruit, and apple cider vinegar. Now, it doesn't fully cook it through. It does kind of make the color change a little bit, but it is, for the most part, and for most intents and purposes, a bit raw, but you still want it to cook all the way through to kill off a lot of the bacteria. Now, for the fish that you're going to be using, you want to use a firm white fish that is sea-raised. Well, not really sea-raised, it can be farm-raised, but it still has to be a saltwater fish, because freshwater fish are more likely to contain parasites like nematodes and tapeworms that tend to make your system go a little as in, give you parasites and make you really sick. Saltwater fish, however, yes, most have parasites, but for one, most are killed off most are killed off through the practice of flash freezing, where as soon as these fish are caught, they are frozen to temperatures below 7 degrees Fahrenheit and then kept that way, and that kills off most of the parasites for one. But also a lot of the parasites, well, pretty much all the parasites that are found in saltwater fish usually die within the human digestive tract. So yes, if you happen to have some that's a little more than your body can handle, you might feel a bit of indigestion, but you're not going to be sick and have parasites from it. Those parasites only go into fish, not into humans. I know, I'm making this sound so delicious, but it's just the nature of things with any kind of fish that you catch. But like I said, make sure that your fish has been flash frozen before it's gone to store, and you should be fine. Also, you don't want an oily-based fish like salmon. The top recommended fish for a ceviche are halibut, grouper, and in this case, I'm using sole. So, I'm just going to first have my grapefruit here, because you want about a half a grapefruit's worth of juice. And I'm realizing that my juicer thingy is much less. Sorry. Yeah. Where'd my reamer go? Aha! There we go. I finally get to use this guy. So, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, I've got a fun little citrus juicer here. There we are. He's a troll. Don't say I don't have any trolls on my show. So, we're going to want to ream half this guy. While taking care not to get any seeds. You can probably just pick them out in a little bit. Yeah, get back here. Alright, now that half is destroyed, I'm going to need my apple cider vinegar, which is in here. Let me just grab that. If it wasn't here. Aha! It is here. I have found the thing I need. Yay! Now remember, if you want to participate in the giveaway for the Baby Yoda Christmas ornaments that I have, you want to type hashtag YodaBaby in the chat and you'll be entered in the giveaway. So that's hashtag YODABABY. So, alright. You're going to need a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar in here. So this is an 1/8 cup measuring cup. So 1 and 2. And 1/4 cup of olive oil. Anything else in there? Alright, I'm just going to do pepper and kosher salt. So, this part is where you, and this is also why you want to make up the vinaigrette first before you add any of the ingredients, because you want to taste it first. Just add some black pepper, as well as a couple of pinches of kosher salt. I might actually do a double batch because I've got quite a bit of Dover sole to work with. Mix that together, and I'm just going to give that a quick taste. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and make a double batch here. Because like I said, I've got quite a bit of fish. And I'm going to be taking all of this to my friend's Christmas Eve party. Once we're all done here. Okay. Once again, 1/4 cup of that apple cider vinegar. Did I put enough olive oil in? Kosher salt. And black pepper. Okay. Making a mess. That's not full paper towel. Come back here. Okay. So just going to give that another taste. Well, with a clean spoon. Keep on remembering. Not going to. Okay, perfect. So essentially I've got a little bit of salty, I've got acidic, and I got sweet in there. So it's going to be very tasty. So, this is where I need to be preparing all my other ingredients. So I'm just going to set this off to the side for now. And get out my fish. So I got this Dover sole from Trader Joe's. The stupid cheap. talking about a little under a pound at $6.99 a pound, which is ridiculously good. So, I first need to drain my fish package here and get carving. For that, I'm going to be using a carving board with a little bit of a groove around it. That way I don't have fish juices going all over everything. So you can imagine it's not all that great. So, now Dover sole is a flat fish. It has great flavor when mixed with citrus. Now you're wondering, well, you're saying that flash freezing is the best thing for your fish, but I mean, they really have flash freezing in a medieval fantasy setting? And to that I say, well, there's wizards, right? I mean, I imagine that any respectable fishing vessel, you know, at least one that's going to be selling fish precisely for midwinter ceviche, would hire a wizard on staff. I mean, even just a level 1 wizard. Well, I can't remember. Is freeze spells level 1 spells? Much higher than that. You're going to have to tell me. And I think that was a Beta emoji. Okay. So I'm just drying this fish off because you do want it dry before going into your acid mix. I'm just going to put that on the side while I cut up some fish. Alright, now the fish is for the most part dry. I'm just going to cut it up into cubes here. So, I'm cutting it to about 1/2-inch cubes. And I'm lucky that the sole is very, very firm, so it allows me to cut it neatly. But yeah, you can totally find Dover sole right now at Trader Joe's for $6.99 a pound, and you get quite a bit for your money. So now, as I cut this up, I'm going to be putting this into my bowl of marinade. Quick whisk first. Make sure that in the dishwasher. Back here, Mr. Troll. Okay. Now I'm just gonna, when I get the fish cut, just gonna go ahead and toss that in there. The thing is, you want it to soak for at least half an hour, at least. So that's why it's good as I'm just putting it into the mix. I'm not even going to set that darn timer until I have the rest of our ingredients in this bowl. So. That is also why we're doing this recipe first. Because once it's all together, you just kind of set it and forget it. So. Just cut it into those 1/2-inch thick wide strips. Also, this dish is the one that's going to be using the most knife work. Everything else we're making tonight is going to be using practically no knife work. We're going to be using a food processor for our meatballs. And a pastry blender for our cookies. So yeah, once this is all done with, knives and cutting boards just go away. And I'm okay with that. See, those are two fillets on top of each other. Now, I'm really tempted to get out another knife because this one is not as sharp as I would like. I will admit I was hoping to do this recipe earlier in the week, but between family visiting and my work trying to get all of its last minute stuff, well, my day job trying to get all of its last minute stuff in, well, at the last minute, yeah, you can imagine this week's been kind of heck. I mean, it is the holidays after all. And why am I having Munchies and Minis so early this evening? Well, for one, it's Christmas Eve. For two, I am visiting some very good friends tonight for their Christmas Eve open house. And I thought, you know, a lot of people usually go to this event, and they like good food, or at least decent food. And, you know, I've also been hanging out with these friends, like, for the past couple of nights, because they've been hosting other events, so I figure why not give back by contributing to the buffet table. So, we're almost done with our fish. We have got about 2 fillets, well, 1.5 fillets left. There we go. Okay. We're just going to make sure really quick that our giveaway is working. Let's see. Alright, where's my giveaway? Giveaway command. Just have to find it back real quick. Where are you? will admit I've got a new dashboard, so trying to make sure that it works. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. And then this last bit of fish. Okay. And I think that is the last bit of fish here. Toss all of that. No. I've got my other ingredients I can throw in here too. Flavor and texture. So got about half a red onion here. Now keep in mind this is a double recipe, so really what it comes down to, you add about as much as you want, or as little as you want. I'm only doing about a half a red onion here, because that is about as much as I have. So, I'm just going to kind of cut that into quarters. And then I'm going to slice it as thin as I possibly can. And toss that into our ceviche. So, this is also going to add a little bit of spiciness. But like I said, you want it as thin as possible so it'll soften, but not terribly much, but also add flavor to our ceviche. And cook in that same acidity. I hear some glass wobbling, which means my cat is probably on the table. Well, I am hearing things, apparently. I do know my husband is doing woodworking downstairs, so that might be just the noises from that. Okay. Really hoping that that background music's not getting too much in the microphone here. Just checking really quick. Okay, it's not too bad. Okay. Okay. That's about as much as we're gonna get in here. Toss the rest. Alright. Now, next up, first stir that. Okay, wooden spoon. Let all of that mingle. While at the same time keeping that fish submerged. You can see what I'm doing right here. Okay. Cool. Next up, I need to cut my fennel bowl. So you want either a full, well, half a small fennel bowl or half a large one. Just forget tossing this one. It's been sitting in my fridge for a while. Alright. I'm just gonna take off the stalks there. Cut that in half. Then I want to quarter it because I want to remove this core right here. And that's the easiest way, easiest and safest way to do so. So now that I've got that cut, I'm just going to take the core out and discard. Next, I'm just going to cut those half-inch strips that you can see. And once again, slice that very thinly. Now, since we're doing a double recipe, I'm going to be doing the full bulb here, as opposed to just a half a bulb. This will also cook down, but it also adds a nice little crisp element to your dish. Now I'll just get that other. I think a half bowl might be all we need. So I'm just going to put the remainder of this bulb into this onion saver. And then slice up the remaining half. First, take that core out. Put those 1/2 inch thick slices in there. And then do our stupidly thin slices just like we did with our onion. Okay. So that is half of our fennel bulb. Stir that again to mix. Next, I'm going to be adding apple to the mix. Yes. So, we grab apple from the fridge. This red apple here is in better shape. So, this is a Jersey Mac apple, but you know, Gala apple will also be pretty tasty. Just going to first quarter it, and then I'm going to slice the core out. So, there we are. So, I'm just going to create a stable surface with that slice, and then slice as thinly as you possibly can. Now remember, if you want to participate in the Baby Yoda Christmas ornament giveaway, just type in hashtag YodaBaby into the chat and you'll be entered to win. So, yeah. Add that and give a quick stir. Okay. Once again, just like with that previous apple slice, just cut the core out. Then slice in half. And then stupidly thin slices. Out of the way. Okay. Toss that, but make sure that all the fish is submerged in that marinade. And I think half an apple was good enough. So I'm just going to throw the apple in with this fennel and use that for another day. Cool. Okay. And then finally, I need to chop up my parsley. So you want approximately about a quarter cup of chopped parsley. And we will be trying to get a half cup out of this. So. That you want chopped very finely. He's trying to call me at this hour. Well, of course my dad's trying to call. I'll give him a call back after our episode. So this is about, roughly about a quarter cup. Just going to do about a half a cup in there. And then we will be done making up our ceviche. And yes, it's okay to chop up the stems. There is a lot of flavor in that. That's going to contribute to our ceviche. So that means we are done with this board. As you can see, I'm just going to give this another stir to mingle all those flavors together. Make sure that it gets all soaked in that acid. Then I'm going to push it down so it stays in our marinade. And for the most part, submerged. Now that that is all mixed up, I'm just going to cover it with a lid. And then stick it in my refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. And I say at least 30 minutes. You can honestly go in there for a couple of hours. That is why I made this dish first, so we can just make everything else in the meantime. So, next up, we are going to start making our meatballs. I think that for the most part is clean. Off our surface here. And I was incorrect, we do actually need to use a knife again, but we're going to use a different knife. And I'm going to wash my hands, get all this fish stuff off my hands. Let's get rid of all this. All right. Like I said, the next recipe is a mushroom and beef-based meatball with a mulled wine lingonberry sauce. In honor of the fourth feast, celebrating the forest goddess Maleki. So, for that, we are going to need beef, mushrooms, and onion. So, just pull out my ground beef here. pound of ground beef. This is what I happen to get from Trader Joe's. Don't judge me. And I did not feel like taking multiple grocery trips. Right, I need mushrooms. I decided to go with cremini mushrooms, also known as Baby Bella. And once again, we are going to need an onion. So, first I just need to make some notes about how that ceviche went. So, let's see, it's actually, that actually worked. That was a quarter of a red apple, sliced thinly. Okay. Alright, let's get on those meatballs. So you need about 10 ounces of cremini mushrooms, these suckers right here, and half a yellow onion. Quite a bit of garlic. Or in this case, half a white onion, because that's what I happen to have in my pantry. So, just first, I'm going to slice that top off so I can then stand it upright like this. I'm just going to cut that in half. Peel half of it. And then I'm just going to take that root end, because I'm not doing any fancy knife work with this. I'm just making it smaller. So I'm just going to quarter that up and throw it into the bowl of my, just go ahead and switch the camera over here. I do beg forgiveness for the mess that I have in my kitchen at the moment, but my food processor, just going to take that lid off and throw that into the bowl of it. So, actually, no, I'm going to put it onto a prep bowl for now, because I realized too late that I need to do something else with this food processor first. And these ingredients do cook differently. So, I'm just going to stick that onion in my prep bowl. Oh, thanks, Frank. A mess means the kitchen's in use. I don't trust professional with super clean setup. Makes me wonder. Awesome. By the way, as you saw, sorry if that piqued anything. I'm having a giveaway this holiday episode. Hopefully I can do more than one, depending on how many people show up and chat. But I've got some 3D printed Baby Yoda Christmas ornaments. You see he's got a Santa hat and he's holding a Prezi Prez. If you want to participate in the giveaway or a chance of winning one of these little Baby Yodas, just put hashtag YodaBaby into the chat and you'll be entered into the giveaway. So, yes, you can have an adorable piece of my home in your home. So yeah, just kind of reiterate, because I now have some more people in, some new people in here, that I am making 3 recipes today inspired by 3 different Faerunian holidays from the Dungeons & Dragons Forgotten Realms campaign setting. The first one, which I just went ahead and put into the fridge, is inspired by the Midwinter Festival for the ice goddess Auril, spelled Auril, where they normally wouldn't cook anything with heat in order to not offend the goddess. So I made a ceviche using Dover sole, onion, apple cider vinegar, and what else did I use? Fennel. I think I might have already said apple. And that is currently marinating away in the fridge. Next up, for the fourth feast, inspired by, well, not really inspired by, it celebrates the forest goddess Maleki, who's also a Finnish forest goddess. That was who Ed Greenwood was inspired by. We are making, some beef and mushroom meatballs with a mulled wine and lingonberry glaze. So you're gonna need about, 4 garlic cloves. So I'm just gonna peel those with my pestle here. Take that little butt end off, root end off. That's not so much fun. And finally, for Simril, the Star Festival celebrating Tamora, I am making a shortbread cookie recipe with sesame seeds and calendula petals called Tamora's Lucky Stars. So, like I said, it's going to be a bit of a longer episode today just because I'm making 3 recipes instead of 1. And also I got a little bit of a late start earlier. Let's see, I've got 3 in there. This is the last one. Just going to cut that off and what else did I need to? Garlic, cloves, rosemary, and thyme. Hi Ginger, how are you, princess? Are you looking for something tasty because Mom is in the kitchen? I would pick up my cat right now, but then I would get fur all over me, and no, not right now. As adorable as you are, Ginger, I cannot pick you up at the moment. Okay, so get back here, darn it. Just make sure that my giveaway thing is working. I hope it is. Huh. Doesn't. Just gonna put a little announcement in the chat, see if that pops up. Okay. So, got onion and garlic. I need my dried rosemary and thyme. Where are you? Got thyme. Now that was rosemary in there. Grr, there's so many things. There's so many places. I'm having a hard time finding them. Yes, this is my spice arsenal. Yes, I have a spice arsenal. That is the nice thing about living in Atlanta, is that I have access to a crap ton of spices for stupid cheap. Like, for example, this tub of thyme, it was much more full. 89 cents. Crazy, huh? Well, let's see, I need half a teaspoon of dried thyme. Half a teaspoon. I'll throw that in there. And then a full teaspoon of dried rosemary. Whatever it happens to be. Buried under things. That's marjoram. Rosemary. I know you're in here. At least I know you're somewhere in my cabinet. Maybe not here, but somewhere in the space-time continuum. Oh, I might have it in that spice jar stuff. This is also the trouble of having a spice arsenal. Stuff goes all over the place. Do I have dried rosemary? Aha! Success! Dried rosemary. So for that, you want a full teaspoon. First, you want a spoon that happens to fit into your spice jar. For us, it is the quarter teaspoon. So 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so next I just need to turn my stovetop on. So I'm just going to do that real quick because I want my skillet nice and hot for the next step of this process. So, you see I've got my food processor here. I'm just going to take these 10 ounces of mini mushrooms and just toss that in there. Toss it in whole. What we're about to do does not require any fine knife work. It just requires a good flying blade spell, as you can see. So, just going to pulse them. And now I realize I need a larger skillet for this, so I'm just going to switch that on the oven. So I'm going to put that on the stove top really quick. On my 10-inch skillet, 2 by 12. Get that nice and hot as continue to pulse this as fine as possible. Okay, hopefully that's not too offensive to your ears right now. Okay. Okay. That is, yeah, that is about the consistency of breadcrumbs. So, now we're just going to switch our camera over here to our skillet, which has been getting nice and hot. And I'm going to remove the bowl from our food processor here. And so it's got the skillet currently on medium heat. Notice I'm not putting any oil in the skillet, and that's because I'm not cooking this to get this soft. I am cooking the mushrooms to get the majority of the moisture out, so it absorbs all the fat and everything that's going to be in our meatballs. Creme mushrooms, baby bell mushrooms, are notorious for being full of moisture, and that's great, but I want more of a browning in our meatballs rather than steamed meatballs. And when you have that much moisture in there, it just kind of falls apart. So let's get our mushrooms to our very not hot pan. Oh. Gonna check real quick. Yeah, that is not hot enough. Gonna wait just a minute or so for that to heat up. And refill my cup. Because cooking while talking is thirsty work, folks. So, okay. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, that'll do. So, transfer our mushroom mix. I guess I could have filled that other skillet. Oh well. And I'm realizing I need to reheat my oven 400 degrees. So I'm just going to finish getting the meat mushrooms out of this. And then do that. So, there we go. And see, all of that steam is coming out of these mushrooms. Turn the oven on, 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Place my food processor bowl. And you want to cook for about, start at 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, while tossing frequently to release all of that steam. And you see, it's still steaming on me. This will also have a little bit of browning, which is nice. But for the most part, you just need to get a lot of that moisture out. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and toss all of my onions and garlic into that bowl of food processor again. Make sure you know to put the blade in, because I'm going to need this bowl once those mushrooms are done cooking. Now, don't necessarily have to pulse that yet. We just want it in there to free up a bowl so you don't have to waste another bowl. And all that moisture is still coming off our mushrooms. It smells great though, I can tell you that. Oh, and with cast iron, silicone covered spatulas are your friend. Yep. Except when they launch your mushrooms to the other side of the kitchen. As you can see here, it's not scratching up the surface, but it's also releasing the food items pretty easily because of its shape. When do you stop? When the steam slows down, and right now there's still a lot of it, so. But 3 to 5 minutes should do it. But that's the thing with cooking. There's not really always an exact precision to your ingredient. Well, a recipe is not always going to have precise ingredient measurements because ingredients change depending on seasonality, farm, climate, a whole number of things. How long it's been stored in your fridge, for one. And I can say with some shame that yes, these shrooms have been in my fridge for a couple of days. I mean, they're still good, but being in the fridge, they have a tendency to kind of absorb a lot of moisture. Because I so stupidly didn't put it into a paper bag. I'll put it on for over 2 minutes just to get some more of that excess moisture out. In the meantime, I'm just going to do a quick cleanup here of my workspace so not everything smells or tastes like onions. But don't get me wrong, I love garlic and onions, but you probably don't want your sugar cookies to taste like them. Let's see if I can fit. Haha! That's... nope. That's not going to fit. Ah, get back here. Nope, not gonna fit. Oh well. Let's go ahead and stick this into another Tupperware. Give this another couple of stirs. Alright. it. I think we're getting to about where it's good enough to put into the meatballs. So, still have some steam in there, but I think it's better than we were at. So I'm going to scrape this into our bowl. Also because it's kind of sticking a little bit. I don't want it to stick. See what I mean? So yeah. Our pan is still very hot. But I do also want to clean it. So I'm just gonna put a couple of pinches of kosher salt in there. While it's still hot. Pour myself into the spatula. Oil's gonna help release the mushrooms there. I don't know. It looks like it's starting to come up for me, so. Need some more salt. To figure out where the hell the rest of my salt box went. Salt box! How many more salt boxes? Yeah, can you check the pantry cups? Or kosher salt? I put a little too much oil to absorb, and I need more salted powder at it. Right. So, while you're ignoring that there, I'm just going to go ahead and pulse my onion and garlic. So it's finely chopped. Cool, okay. Well, I'm trying to be good and not just throw this under some cold water. I usually like to. But I'm not really giving that option to you right now. No. Okay. That's the rest of it. Cool. Oh. Cool. And just gonna laughing underwater. Hey, Glumsky. Yes, I'm having a good Christmas Eve so far. I mean, it's been kind of busy. I'm trying to get all of this done before my friend's holiday, Christmas Eve open house tonight. Yes, I'm not gonna bother with that. Just let that cool. Then I can do something else. But yeah, here I am making 3 recipes inspired by the Forgotten Realms campaign setting from Dungeons & Dragons. I've just made up some midwinter ceviche. It's currently in the fridge. I can take it out in a little bit if you want to take a look at it. Now I'm making some mushroom and beef-based meatballs. And then I will be making some cookies. That's shortbread sesame cookies. So, whew. Yes, and also we are having a giveaway for Baby Yoda Christmas ornaments. So, if you want to have a chance of winning an ornament, then for 1, stay on the stream, and 2, type hashtag YodaBaby into the chat, and you'll be entered for a shiny Baby Yoda Christmas ornament. So, right, meatballs. Let's switch cams here. Switch that back to my gross stove top. But switch cams here. There we go. Pay no attention to the mess on the countertop. Right. I just have no need for the food products anymore. And these are the cooked cremini mushrooms, i.e. Baby Bella, that I made up earlier. To that, I'm adding that onion half, plus 4 cloves of garlic that are all minced up with a half teaspoon of dried thyme and a teaspoon of dried rosemary. Okay, the oven is preheated to 400 degrees. And let's see here. What else do I need? Right. In my meatballs, I'm going to need a pound of ground beef. I'm waiting until the mushrooms have sufficiently cooled before I do that, so it's not cooking the whole mix at the same time. Same with my egg as a binder. Just stir that in with the garlic and onions to let all those flavors marry. But I have a couple other ingredients that need to go into this meatball mix before I do that. So, I will need a half a cup of Italian-style breadcrumbs. Or, you know, just breadcrumbs. But the Italian style has herbs in it, so, ooh, tasty herbs. Half a cup. Okay, what else do I need? Add a couple of pinches of kosher salt to that mix. Once again, stir that all together. Okay, the mushrooms are definitely cool enough, I think, to add the beef and the egg. So that's good. So what's the difference between panko and other breadcrumbs, by the way? Coarseness? Coarseness, yes, but panko is actually made from tempura, rather than, you know, just crumbled up bread. So it's going to be a bit crunchier, crispier, and it's why it's very popular used in like things like chicken nuggets, for example, or chicken strips, or gosh, what else? Like breaded chicken. You get where I'm going here. I'm just using Italian-style breadcrumbs because it has those extra herbs, and it's also what I have on hand in my kitchen, and it saves me some money when I go grocery shopping to not have to go out and buy another ingredient that I'm not really going to use that much. Honestly, breadcrumbs kind of last forever, so get a big thing of it and then just kind of use it as you go. Let's see, I need to put this away before it gets all stinky up in my kitchen. So, Tupperware, onion, Tupperware lid, haha! The trifecta has been achieved. I have found Tupperware with a lid that fits. It's not the ideal container for... Wait, what? Don't do this to me. You will fit, dang it. I will make you fit. No! Right. At last the trifecta is complete. Please seal up for me. Ha ha! Yes! I have done it! Right. Okay. Well then, don't mind me. I haven't even had any booze yet tonight. Why am I acting like this?
Did you call me?
No, I'm fine. I was just being overdramatic. Love you! Okay. Alright, now I have an extra lid that goes somewhere. We go back into this chaos. Okay. Alright. So I've got that all mixed together. Let's add the beef. Okay. I'm gonna add my pound of ground beef to this mix here. Like that, because I don't need it. Alright. Yeah, I know it's the fancy grass-fed beef that you get at Trader Joe's. It's the only ground beef that you can get at Trader Joe's, assuming. Alright. So I'm just gonna kind of fold that into there. And next I need an egg to act as a binder to this mix. But first I just kind of want to incorporate all my mushrooms and onion and breadcrumbs into that first before I add the binder, so I'm not overworking it. So once I get that binder in there, it's just going to all sort of stick together and be hard to work with. Cool. Okay. Now it's time to crack that egg in and mix it in. Let's see, kind of miss Trader Joe's peanut butter cups. You know, I've never had those. I've heard they're good though. I was just mostly hitting up the Trader Joe's because I was trying to see what fish selection they had for my ceviche. Actually, no, I also know why I was there. I was trying to get a very cheap bottle of wine to make my sauce for these meatballs. That's right, we are using some 2 buck chuck as our base. So, okay. So, yeah. Just gonna add that in, kind of stir it in with my spatula. Kind of big swabs here. Back in there. Just let that all get in and get messy. And you're using a spatula, you're not getting messy yet. Notice how I'm saying the word yet. That's right, we're going to mix this with our hands. It takes a special frame of mind for me to be able to deal with the nonsense in the TJ parking lot. Yeah. Oh God. Don't even get me started on the Trader Joe's parking lot. Oh man, it's insane. They always build their stores in like the tightest parking lots ever. And then you have all of these suburban white moms just like, and I don't mean like, well, actually, no, I do mean, but you know what I mean. We're talking about the ones who have diamond rings that are like disproportionately large, too large to the fact that they're actually doing any cooking. But then you have them like pretty much running you over with their carts or just running you over trying to find a parking space as close to the front as possible, even though the Trader Joe's parking lot is tiny. You don't need to be that close. So yeah, I've mixed my egg in. I'm just going to set this to the side for now because I need to prepare my baking dish. Well, not baking dish, baking pan to put these meatballs on. So, you're gonna need is a baking pan, reasonably high size. We're talking like about an inch high side here. And I'm just going to cover this pan here, not with freezer paper because that would be bad, but with aluminum foil. And then give that a quick coat of cooking spray. Because I don't want my delightful meatballs to stick. Then, using your hands, not your spatula because you don't need it anymore, you're going to make meatballs about an inch, inch and a half thick. So, see, that's about an inch and a half. And then place them about an inch apart from each other on your baking sheet. And try to space these out so I can get 4 in each row. It should make roughly 20 meatballs, I think. But yeah, nice thing about Trader Joe's though is that I do find stuff for fairly reasonable prices. Like the fish that I got for tonight's ceviche was Dover sole. Can't normally find that in most grocery stores, or at least not for cheap. I managed to get it for about $6.99 a pound, and honestly, that's really all you need. I mean, about under a pound for under $6. It's great. So yeah, maybe going a little too thick here. There we go. There we go. And as these meatballs cook, I'm gonna get started on our cookies as well as making the sauce that's gonna go with these meatballs. Now, the reason why these are beef and mushroom meatballs is that Maleki, the goddess of the wood from the Faerunian campaign, also protects foragers. So a lot of times people who would go foraging in the woods for mushrooms would pray to Maleki at first, just for, good fortune, but also as a thank you for taking from her bounty. But also, farmers would pray to her to keep their cattle safe from various woodland predators. So I figure for her festival, the fourth feast, which technically was only a few days ago if we go by the Faerunian timeline, would probably involve some sacrifice of maybe one of the cows to Maleki as a thank you for keeping the rest of the herd safe during the year. So that's why I did beef and mushrooms. And then for the sauce, I'm making a lingonberry mulled wine sauce because Maleki is actually based on an actual goddess from the Finnish pantheon of the same name. So I was going for a Scandinavian dish, and that was meatballs with lingonberry sauce. So I've got some lingonberry jam from IKEA. Though, feel free to use whole berry cranberry sauce if you can't find any lingonberry jam. And I'm going to be basting that in a mulled wine sauce because one of the traditional holiday drinks in the Scandinavian region is glögg, which is a mulled fortified wine. Now, like I said, I'm using 2 buck chuck on this. Ideally, you would use port, which I've got port, but I feel like that's going to be too sweet for our meatballs. So we're going to be using some red blend wine and spicing it with some cinnamon, cardamom, clove, and nutmeg. And then thickening it with some lingonberry jam and some mushroom stock cube. Even though, feel free to use beef. I just happen to have mushroom because I wanted a little bit more of that mushroom flavor present in my dish. Let's see. This may not actually be enough for the party tonight, but... Oh no, more meatballs for me, anything but that. Oh no! Alright. Let's see, we currently have about 17 meatballs. We're going for at least 20. This is a pretty lean ground beef too, so I don't think we're gonna get that much fat seeping out either. Okay. Almost done, and then we can get this in the oven. Let's see, right now we're closing in on 24. We'll just have 2 smaller ones. Maybe we can take a little extra from one of these little 2 large ones. That'll do it. And maybe... There we go. Whew. Don't need this anymore. Hands to wash, and then we're going to throw this into the oven, but not literally, because that would make food fly everywhere. For how long? 20 to 25 minutes, which is good because then we're going to be taking that time to work on our sauce as well as make up our cookies. That goes into the oven 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm just going to set a timer right now for 20 minutes, and then get a sauce pan out to make my sauce. So yeah, you will need two different things here. One, you are definitely going to need some kind of infuser or herb saver like this. And some spices. Let's see, I have cinnamon, stick. Oh, cinnamon sticks. Here we are. Cinnamon. Another nice thing about living in Atlanta is County Farmers Market, where I can get a bag of cinnamon sticks for $3.50. Used to be $1.25 for that much. It's gone up, so I'm just gonna stick that in there. Hot stick. With some cloves and cardamom pods, which are under here. So, cloves and cardamom pods. It says about 2, but I'm just going to throw about 4 in because I haven't. And I really like cardamom. And about 2 cloves, though, like I said, I'm going to stick 4 in because I have them. And I like cloves. So, got that. On the next page of my recipe. Let's see. Into the strainer, place it into the saucepan, and open your bottle of 2-buck chuck. Open your bottle of 2-buck chuck. Let's see. Now, the reason I like this kind of wine bottle opener, you can kind of see what I'm doing here, is that it's super easy to use. Just put some space here. Or I can just do this. So, kind of, you can see what I'm doing here. Aha. Okay. Alright. And you need a stock cube, preferably beef or mushroom. I've got mushroom, so that's what we're going to use. And 1 1/3 cup of red wine. Back here. Measuring cups. What am I doing? So let's use a 1/4 cup. 1, 2, 3. That's 1 cup. Then 1, 2, 3. Just get that quick right before it's still going to be it. rum that we're going to be putting in. Yes, that's right, we're putting rum in this. Let's see here. And also going to remind you, I've got my little giveaway for a Baby Yoda Christmas ornament, or two, depending on how many people we get in here. So, type hashtag Baby Yoda into the chat if you would like the chance to win a Baby Yoda Christmas ornament. We have two. We've got a copper one and a gold one, and we might have a silver one later on, depending on whether they try. Or how many people we get in here. Yes, Yoda baby! Okay. Right. Alright, so we got our red wine. Huzzah for Baby Yoda. Yes. Stuff. Right. Mushroom stock cube. I have them. I should actually use them, depending on where they went. Come back to me. Come back to me. Why is hiding? You're hiding. You're being uncooperative. Wait. Aha! Here we are. As you can see, my kitchen's a mess. Haha! Alright. Yeah. Right. So, switching to our stove cam, and the nasty mess I have on my cast iron earlier. Pay no attention to that. No, really. Please pay no attention to that. Okay. Just going to put the heat on there. And I need to bring that to a boil over medium heat. So let that do its thing while we do some other things. And that other thing is measuring. We need to do that. So we have a few more ingredients in our sauce that we need to get ready. So, you're going to want some brown sugar. You're going to want some spiced rum. Or, in this particular case, some Eye of Newt. You want a prep dish. You don't necessarily have to have a prep dish, but you know it helps. And what else do we have here? Yes, lingonberry jam. We need that thing. Or, you know, I mean lingonberry jam, or use full berry cranberry sauce, like I said. So, right. I'm gonna need some brown sugar, about a 1/4 cup. And just going to scoop that out. Okay. So 1/4 cup. Yeah. Doesn't have to be perfect. Mostly because I don't feel like it being perfect. Haha. That's kind of a 1/4 cup. There we go. Yeah. Brown sugar on the floor now. This is what happens when you try to cook 3 things at once on Christmas Eve. On a very crowded kitchen to begin with. Yay! Alright. It'd help if I actually took the seal off this. Wait, there is no seal on it. Open! Sesame! Oh my god. Open, damn it. Come on. Tough times call for tough measures. Where is my bad boy? Here's my bad boy. This thing. Come on. Come on. How can you not work? Why did you get married? So I could open jars. Ugh. Babe! Carter! Help, please! Yeah. Okay, sounds like our wine has come to a boil. So I'm just going to lower the heat on that. Put a lid on the steam. Whew, right. What was I doing? Yes, simmer on low for 10 minutes. So, we've got about 10 minutes left on our meatball, so that works out. Okay, right. Jar! Open, dang it! I want to open the jar. Jar, open. And then... What, do you need to be a Viking to open this thing? I know it's from IKEA, but come on. Oh, haha! Success! Jam and things. Yes, laughing underwater. Did you enter the giveaway? You need to enter the giveaway. So you too can get a Baby Yoda. And everyone loves Baby Yoda. At least I'd be very sad if you don't love Baby Yoda. Yes. I'm just making sure that it's tracking. Yes. It is tracking. Cool. Because you can win a Baby Yoda! I have 2 of them. Alright. And then we're just going to add a 1/4 cup of spiced rum to that mix. And then put that to the side. In preparation of making my cookies, the most ideal you're going to want this, as far as your cold butter is concerned, is so cold that it grates well. So for that, let's see. Appreciate it, don't want to win, other than more deserving people should get it. Hey, you're deserving too. You're deserving of a Baby Yoda. Come on. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna just stick the butter in here. And, well, in here I mean the freezer. Like, however long it takes me to make this. Just going to do a wee bit of cleanup. Everyone deserves a little happiness in their holidays, and Baby Yoda is full of happiness. So, right, cookies. So, now on to making what I'm calling tomorrow's chosen stars. So, for those unaware of the festival Simril, it is another midwinter festival in Faerun, where the night sky is, for the most part, at its clearest, and people celebrate Simril by looking for their lucky star in the sky. It is a tomorrow-based festival, I should probably actually get what I need out of here before I put it away. I need allspice. Where is my allspice? Allspice? Allspice. Allspice is considered very lucky in, well, I want to say voodoo and other cultures. I can't remember exactly why, but we are using it in our dish today. We are also going to be using sesame seeds, considered lucky by multiple cultures because they are numerous and kind of remind people of coins. So, provided I can find my darn sesame seeds in my kitchen of horrors. Hey, where'd you go? Ah, they're in my kitchen of horrors somewhere. Okay. Right. Another thing we are using is calendula petals, also known as marigold. Calendula is oftentimes associated with the sun for its brightness, and yellow is considered a color to banish negativity, mostly because of the whole sunlight thing. And, you know, marigold has been known medicinally to help with your spirits. I'm not really sure how entirely accurate that is, but, you know, it's cheap, and it looks kind of cool. So, you can get it, big bag of it. It's kind of an herbal smell to it as well. How much do you need? 2 tablespoons of that sucker. So, where's my tablespoon? Tablespoon. Flower petals. So try not to get any of the buds in there because that's just, I draw the line at that because it's a little gross. But try to get the petals as much as possible. So. And like I said, it's just kind of visually interesting. So, that's 1 tablespoon. I also use calendula for my Salem spiced cider recipe inspired by Hocus Pocus. Because in the colonial era, American colonial era, marigold was, well, specifically the calendula marigold, was seen as basically kind of a flower and herb to fight against witchcraft. So that's why we're using it in this dish. And let's see, 2 teaspoons of ground allspice. Let's see, we have 3 minutes left on that mulled wine. So, 2 teaspoons of ground allspice. This is a half teaspoon, don't you worry. So, and I still need my sesame seeds. But I also need sugar. So, do I have sugar in here? I have no sugar in there. Right. Onto the pantry I must go for sugar. So, I will be back in probably a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Okay. So we need about 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Yes, I got that right. Cool. So, we got our dry mix together, except for the sesame seeds. I shall return once I find sesame seeds. Oh man, those meatballs smell amazing. I found my sesame seeds. So, right, you'll be using 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds. So, I'm just going to take the pastry blender and just kind of mix that all together. Hello. Oh my god, it's an army of baby Yodas.
I'm gonna borrow these for a picture.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've been busy with that 3D printer. Let's see, meatballs are. Let's check on those. Oh my gosh, these smell amazing. I'm gonna let them cook just a wee bit longer. 2 minutes on that. But it looks like our sauce is underway. So, what I need to do next with this sauce, just kind of switch it over here. So you see it's been boiling away. That's not right, that's the wrong recipe. Here's the right recipe. Okay. So, just need to remove the lid here. Yeah. For now. I'm running out of room. These sort of things. I'm just going to remove that with a slotted spoon. And then toss it into this cards and then get wine stains all over my kitchen in the process. Yes, I do narrate everything I do. Okay. Cool. So now I just need to whisk in that brown sugar, wine, and rum mixture. Stir that a little bit. Get that out of my bowl. And bring that up to a boil again. Whew. So as we raise the heat up to medium, I want that to reduce. Down there, it looks like we were down to 10 seconds left on those meatballs. Which is good because I need the oven to be at a lower heat to bake my cookies. So, those are pot holders, not oven mitts. I'm gonna burn my hands off. Okay. So, just gonna remove that from the oven. Show you how they turned out right here. Aren't those lovely? Stick that on there to cool. Shake it up a little bit so it doesn't stick. And by cool, I mean not really. Just gonna bring in all of that, you can see. And then have them fall apart. Because that's what they do. Keep them warm. There we go. Oh man, that sauce is amazing. Okay. So yeah, I just want to let that simmer and reduce. You can see right there. And now it's time to get back to my cookies. So yeah, I've stirred that around a bit with my pastry cutter. And now I need to grate my butter into the mixture. Start my grater. Come on. An eye on it because I don't want it boiling over. And right, change the oven temperature to 325. Turn it off. Hold it open for like 20 seconds. Heat up the room unnecessarily. And then Come on, cool down, cool down. Change it to 325. Cool. All right, butter. I did put my butter in the freezer because I want it as cold as possible so I can do this. The Baby Yoda's return! Now remember, if you haven't entered the giveaway yet,
Neighbors.
oh, yes. Okay. But yeah, as you can see, instead of cubing up this butter, which is a pain in the ass to do, I'm going to grate it into our mix. And kind of toss it in the flour as we go. Did I actually put a timer on that? I did not. Let's see. Because you have to watch it, but I don't want to watch it. I'm going to put a timer on for about... I will check it in 3 minutes. There we go. That's about as much patience as I have right now. Yes, I did go over. That's fine. Okay. As you see, your body heat is going to heat up this butter, but it does slow down the process by doing this. It's a great idea. Oh, that was lovely. Thank you, folks. And I'm realizing I have like a bottle of wine here that I need to drink. I mean, don't get me wrong. That Christmas open house I'm going to drink at that. But, you know, this is an already open bottle of $2 Chuck. I should not waste things. Maybe once I grate this butter. Puns are the lowest form of communication, but don't worry, I reward them here. I love puns and dad jokes. Because I am that kind of person. Okay. And just this last bit I'm going to just cube up because it's going to be a little nuts. I know, it's not nuts, it's butter. So I don't just... Now, everyone deserves happiness during the holidays. Everyone. Except maybe Hitler and Donald Trump. And Mike Pence. And this political segment brought to you by the Gluttonous Geek. And, you know, Charles Manson, because he sucks too. And... let's see. Emperor Palpatine. Who else? Who else does not deserve happiness? Do I ever use Kerrygold? I would, but Kerrygold's expensive, yo. Now, I imagine it'd be really tasty in this. Just keep in mind that Kerrygold is a salted butter. I'm using unsalted butter in this dish. And that, I'm going to check on the sauce here. See how we're doing. Okay. That still hasn't reduced quite how I want it yet. You want it reduced about by half, and and thickened. It's not quite thickened, so I'm gonna check on it in another 5 minutes as I add the rest of this butter to our cookie mix here. They have unsalted too. Oh, okay. I just haven't seen it yet. But no, I'd love to use it. It's just, like I said, it's so expensive. But I do love its very unique flavor. But yeah, as long as you use unsalted butter, I mean, you can totally use Faerunian butter if you want. Like Kerrygold. I'm just not, because money, yeah. See, variance between the stores is weird with it. Some 2 sticks, some 1 big piece, which you like better. Yeah, either way, you're going to want about half a cup, which normally is about a stick. It usually tells you on the side of the butter wrapper how much is in it. But yeah, you want a half a cup for this recipe. So, yeah, I'm just kind of going into this. Oh, right. There we go. You can see what I'm doing. Kind of doing rocking motions and tap. Rock, tap. Pardon me for the for that. And what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get it to the consistency of breadcrumbs. Now these are kind of a shortbread cookie. Man, I do not feel prepared for tonight at all. See, if you go to Costco, not as bad. Yeah, I do go to Costco. I just haven't really bought it yet. What I might do, though, is a friend of mine's made ghee before, clarified butter, with Kerrygold, and it tasted amazing. I might actually do that instead of try baking with it yet. Yeah, just kinda. Okay. Alright, it is starting to look like very large breadcrumbs, or at least right now it's kind of looking like dehydrated mashed potatoes. I mean, granted, you could also use a food processor to do this, but I feel like I've earned it more if I put some muscle into it. That, and I've already used my food processor for the mushrooms and onions, and I don't want this tasting like mushrooms or onions. Okay. Alright. Cool. So now we got that kind of breadcrumb mix I was talking about. Check on our sauce. That has definitely reduced. Smells great. We'll let it go for that extra minute and a half because it's still on there. Pardon me. Yes, I know this is gross. I was working with sawdust earlier, don't mind me. Because, yeah, I do woodworking too. I was just working on a fillet knife for my father-in-law for Christmas tomorrow, even though I don't see him for a few days, as well as a pizza cutter for my dad. And my husband was mostly doing the work on that. Okay, dry hands, dry hands. Checking that sauce again because I'm paranoid. Okay. Cool. Right, so now I'm just going to knead this flour mix. I was going to knead this with my hands, I'm not going to do a spatula because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
Right. I think that is good to go. And it's still very liquidy. Oh, yeah, that's definitely thickened. Still a little liquidy because it's hot. So, just going to turn the heat off on that and cover it. Keep it warm. Move it to another burner to let it cool off a little bit more. Because now it's time to dedicate all of our time to these cookies. So, alright, I was using a spatula. Screw it. We'll use our hands. Oh, I still will need that spatula. Maybe. Possibly. Right. So, just kind of scrunch that all together into an actual dough. I mean, it is shortbread after all. You know what? Got another idea. It's one of those where the recipe's working in theory, but not completely in practice. Find me my downside bags. Downside bags. It's not a downside, like a fork. Right. To the pantry I go. The brown sugar? No. No. I'm good. Get myself a fresh bag. Flour on my hands. Right. I love gallon bags. However, the brown sugar is now small enough to fit. It's awesome, also kind of expensive at stores, but I never ran to consider making my own at home. Yeah. Like I said, Kerrygold ghee. Oh, it's so good. Alright. Brown sugar can now fit into a quart bag, so we're gonna use the brown sugar bag. Cool. Right. So, I'm going to do something not graceful here in a pure act of desperation. Haha. Cool. So now, here's hoping that these work. I'm thinking I probably needed more butter. Come on. I know you're a shortbread cookie, but you shouldn't be doing this. Come on. Haha. It is done. I have a ball of dough. All right. Most of the air out of that. Oh, and pour myself a glass of wine. So is that a Wusthof? No, it's actually a Zen knife. Or, you know, the knife blanks that you can get at Woodcraft. I made this one. It's got a Cocobolo handle and a hammered Damascus steel blade. It was kind of a... Oh, cameras are frozen? Doesn't show as frozen for me. Okay, froze on you earlier. Gotcha. Yeah. But yeah, this was kind of a birthday present to myself. The knife blank as well as the handle blank, scale, just because that vein, like, just look at that grain. Isn't that gorgeous? And I had a little bit of metallic sealing wax that I put some copper into that, and yeah, I like to make knives. Sweet, yes. You, Lampy Lamp Live, you can win an adorable Baby Yoda holiday ornament. I have 2 of them available. I could probably add more depending if we get more people on here. And yeah, if you want to, be considered for the giveaway, just type hashtag YodaBaby into the chat, and that will enter you into the giveaway. But yeah, I like to make chef's knives because it's kind of like, it's sculpting with a sander. It's fun. Right. Rolling pin. Wow. That did not work. Oh my gosh. Right. I'm thinking that this recipe probably needs a little bit of moisture. Or more butter. Wow. Come on. If this doesn't work, then I'm just going to say, screw the cookie recipe. I will retry it and then post the whole thing up on the website. Come on. Why are you being like this? You know what? We're gonna make this work. We're gonna make this work. The recipe doesn't actually have an egg, but it is a shortbread cookie. So, normally doesn't have an egg. So I think what we're gonna do, rather than cutting out stars, is that we're going to try something different and hope to God that it works. So I'm going to go ahead and spray this 9-inch cake pan. So I know that with shortbread, grated butter than kept in the freezer, but easier to melt later. Oh, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna try doing this. We're gonna try baking it like you would shortbread. In a single pan. And I probably am missing when I recorded the recipe. We're going to see how this works. It might work, it might not work, but it is shortbread, so it might possibly work to cook it as a single, bake it as a single sheet, and then cut stars from it later. We'll see what happens. Like I said, this is a bit of an experiment. Forgive me. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick that in the oven and completely rework everything. 18 to 20 minutes. I did not plan this well at all. Cool. I've been there for 18 minutes. We'll check on it around that point. In the meantime, I need to plate some of these other things. So, well, my kitchen's a mess right now. So let me get a serving dish for those meatballs. Let's see if some here. But I am going to need a bowl to mix that together, so I'm just gonna clean bowl. So, clean bowl, and my mushroom meatballs, which should be finished now. Gonna empty those in there. Cool. And now I'm just gonna add my sauce. And that is a spiced wine and lingonberry sauce. Just gonna toss those around a bit. And I gotta thank you guys tonight for keeping this from being a quiet chat. Yeah, I've just got my serving dish. Those look excellent. Yep. It's okay. It's all okay. So I am going to be taking a photo of this after the stream. Oh, looks good. And I'm curious to see how this tastes. But first I'm just going to pour a little bit of my sauce. Top it with some of the lingonberries from that jam. Or, were there any actual lingonberries in there? Cool. Oh, thank you. Thanks, laughing underwater. That really means a lot to me. Okay. Now, sacrifice for myself. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's good. One more sacrifice. And then a final sacrifice. Mmm. Bloody hell, that's good. One dish, complete, and looking gorgeous. Alright. Now, I guess nope, that's gonna mess it up. But that can go in the photo. I guess if I play this forward, I can cover it up then. Cool. And while we're waiting those cookies to bake, yeah, back here. Let's check up on that midwinter ceviche. That's right, I made ceviche earlier using sole, onion, apple, fennel, and kind of a grapefruit and apple cider vinegar marinade. Oh, that looks great. And that is definitely fully cooked. So, I like how that looks. Let's put it. I did get a new dish from Goodwill. I guess technically it's not really new. So we'll put that in here for serving, or at least for my photos. The color's great. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. And I'm going to cut up some naan to go along with it. This I think I am going to bring to the party. Take that knife I was working with earlier. Let's see how it is with our ceviche. Mmm. That's real good. Mm. Mm. I love sole. Rarely get it. Mm. All right. So, 2 dishes. 2 dishes definitely down. Just gonna reserve these for the pictures. And this for the party. So, squares will probably do better than triangles. Okay. Cool. So I'm just going to stick both of these things back in the fridge. So they both stay good for my photos. Let's see, we got 8 minutes left on those cookies. These noodles look good. Kind of tempted not to bring them to the party with me, just because I know that they'll disappear like that. But dang it, they taste delicious. At least I'll have a good photo of them. Spread it out of the way. That oily notes. And see how my giant cookies doing. It smells good. I'll say that. Not burning yet, so that's a plus. Oh man. So while we're waiting, I should probably go ahead and measure out the stuff for the icing. And yes, there's icing. So you will need another glass bowl. To that, first need some other things. Did I already get too cool? No, I didn't. Yes. Okay. I need a different baking sheet. It'll still work. I will make it work. Because I do that. I make things work. Whew. Right. Milk. I need milk. I need a 1/4 cup of milk. I need lemon extract. Peppermint. Lemon. That's vanilla. Lemon. That's orange. Where's my lemon extract? It is here. I've seen it in stories. Here it is. Okay. Cool. Cool. Let's get that 1/4 cup. That's got a little oil in it. We're not using that. 1/4 cup. That's a 1/3 cup. This is an 1/8 cup. It will work. We will make it work. 1/8 cup of whole milk. To that, we will need a teaspoon, or a 1/2 teaspoon, depends on how lemony you want it, of lemon extract. There we go. What the heck, I like mine lemony. Whew. And we're still waiting on cookies. Whew, right. Moving things. And I realize I'm going a lot later than I anticipated, but that's okay. We made that work. Yeah. So I imagine y'all want a giveaway. Let's do that. Let's have a giveaway. So, let's see, you've all entered the giveaway, right, guys? Dude, guys, I've got one entry. If you want Baby Yoda Christmas ornament, I know exactly who I'm giving it to. So. Ooh. Wonder how much of a lag you guys have. I will give it about 5 minutes from here to now, giving you time to enter the giveaway as I'm cleaning things up, and we will announce some winners.
Type it in the thing, in the chat. Enter now.
Yeah, do that. Just bid, click, okay, got it. Okay, there you go. My husband is clicking into the chat for you. Okay. And I'm gonna do another little bump with that thing. God, I hope it doesn't freeze on me. Okay. Ooh. Right, what was I doing? I was cleaning things up. I've got 2 minutes left on that shortbread cookie thing. We'll see how it's looking. Smells good. Looks kind of good. And I shall brave new heights, finding my star cookie cutter. Do we have a footstool? Or an actual chair? Something, I'm not going to fall to my death from. That works. Babe, there's a chair right there. Okay. I won't argue. I'm telling my husband to find me something that I'm not going to fall to my death from, so I should be flattered that he's going to get an actual step stool than just telling me to try to climb this thing to get to my cookie cutters. I am so loved. Oh.
Giving you a hand.
This is where my brain is. It's nowhere. Went down the hole. Where's my star cookie cutter? Star cookie cutter. Oh no, you're in here. Where'd you go? Haha! That has a star. Meet. Hello, theater nerd. You arrived in time. Yes, you can win a Christmas Baby Yoda. Or this Christmas Baby Yoda. Yes, you can totally do that, but you have to enter hashtag Yoda Baby into the chat. I am giving y'all time because I love you, and I love you. And depending on how many people enter, I may have more Baby Yodas for you. Looking at you, laughing underwater. Enter for yourself for a Baby Yoda. I believe in you. Okay. Moment of truth. Does this work? Please work. Okay. Derpa 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 derp. Yoda baby! Okay. Nope, that is not actually fully cooked yet. Shame on you, Cookie. Look more. Let's see how it looks. Okay. I might have to run back to work though. It's okay. I will. If you win, I will send you a baby Yoda though. Yes. Right, I should actually clean things. Because cleaning is good. Good lord, I made a mess in the kitchen. That's what happens when you do 3 recipes at once, guys. If you think this is crazy, you should see what I was doing for Thronesgiving. You want to know what Thronesgiving is? It was an annual Game of Thrones premiere dinner that I did when, you know, Game of Thrones was still airing. Now that it's airing, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, except maybe Wizard Party. Which, Wizard Party is my annual party celebrating all wizards except for the Grand Wizard of the KKK because he's racist. Let's see. I'm very excited to have a more normal person shift come the new year. Normal person shifts are awesome. I should know. I kind of have a normal person shift, sort of, not really. Hopefully it'll become a little less normal soon because, right now my current day job is, it's okay, I mean, as far as pay is concerned. I mean, it allows me to work part-time so I can do stuff like this more often. But you'll also notice that my streaming schedule's been kind of completely out of whack. But if I get this other opportunity that a friend has passed my resume on for, not only will I have extra income that will put me in the black, which would be amazing, not gonna lie, but it would also put me a little bit more in the public eye as far as the nerd cred scene is, and I can't really say what it is yet because I don't want to jinx it. Let's see, 7:30 to 4:30 instead of 12 to 9. Ouch. God, that hurts. So, as I was saying earlier, I'm kind of prepping some stuff. To go with these cookies. So I'm going to line, let's see if we can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to line this cooling rack, this baking tray with parchment paper, and then put a cooling rack on top of that. So I'm just going to switch that over here. Make room for it. See, I don't mind the 12 to 9, just got cut down the amount of RPGs that could be a problem part of it. That I totally get. And oh, fun fact, come New Year, I'm really excited because I have been invited by the podcast Audio Dungeon to visit their show. Back to 325 just in case. To be a guest on their show this upcoming February. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, that is still pretty hot. I'm gonna let that get a little bit more brown around the edges. So another 2 minutes should do it. But yeah, I will be on the show going up to Staten Island. Beginning week of February. So the first week of February, I will be hopefully playing on there, as well as bringing a recipe that I've made inspired by their show. Super excited about that because that means I get to also visit my friends up in the new NYC area. And what else do I come up? But yeah, very much thanks to Lee from Zombie Orpheus, his crew, for helping me get that gig. And oh, other fun fact that happened recently. So I don't know if you saw my article I posted up on my Facebook page earlier. For I was asked by Mel Magazine to talk about. Yeah, I love Zombie Orpheus too. They're a bunch of great people. To talk about what Star Wars characters or creatures would taste the best and taste the worst. I gave my 2 credits, and yeah, the article got mentioned on NPR's that quiz show. Oh, God, what's it called? But yeah, it got mentioned on NPR, so I just thought that was really crazy. Let's see, 36 more seconds on the thing. Go thing, go. Derpa, 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 derp. I think it probably should be baked by now. Let's see if it's gotten a little more browny on the edges. Will do. Yeah. So. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna let this cool about. Well, we'll see how much needs to cool. Let's. Oh. Timer for what, 7 minutes? Okay, see how many entries I've got for that giveaway now. I love you folks. I want to give you stuff. Like, I have 2 entries, guys. 2. I see 5 people in chat. Do you want a Baby Yoda? Okay, we're going to do our first giveaway here. I have more than one. So, drawing entrance. Strike Red Kite, you have won a Baby Yoda. Now, I'm going to announce that. Yay! So, yes, Strike, you have won a Baby Yoda. And it's going to send you a whisper with, like, it's going to ask you to claim it. But I already know that you got it, so you get a Baby Yoda. Woot! Come on, folks. There's one more Baby Yoda. One more. And we'll draw at the end of... We'll draw at the end. And, you know, Strike, Red Kite, you're gonna get a Copper Yoda. This little guy's yours. Because it's appropriate with your name. So... Yes. Let's see, can I cut stars? I want to cut stars. I want to cut into your tasty goodness. Let me cut you. Yeah. Yes, enter it. Alright, laughing underwater. Are you gonna enter that giveaway now? You gonna? Strike one. So come on. Come on. Type hashtag Yoda baby. Yes. That is correct, Strike. Hashtag Yoda baby. So I'm just going to put another little thing in chat there for you. I'm trying to get them to say it. Oh gosh. You all ruined it. Forwarding mine to laughing. Oh god, he's stuck. You guys are impossible and I love you. Right. I should probably pour myself into a glass of wine. I mean, I shouldn't, but I want one. I mean, it's Christmas Eve. Holiday spirit and all that. Ooh. Tasty, tasty wine. Okay. Let's see. That worked. No, I've accepted. So, cool. Right, waiting for stuff to cool. Stuff, please cool. Cooling stuff. I like stuff that cools. Alright. Let's see. Doopa-doopa-derpa-derpa-der. Okay. Yes. I think I can get your info from Sagittarius or the others. Okay, I'm guessing that you're talking to Laughing. Cool. Cool, dang it. I want to ice you. That sounds kind of wrong, doesn't it? Derpa-derpa-der. And move all the clean stuff back to where it belongs. Yeah, I will admit, when I put this stream together, like, preparing for it, it was, like, throwing together stuff well, not really throwing stuff together last minute. I had the rest, I agreed to the recipes ahead of time. But as far as physical prep, I was trying to find a way to actually do the giveaway. So that got kind of crazy, as you can imagine. And, oh gosh, then what happened? I mean, I was gonna start streaming at 3, but then I got caught up in a phone game like you do. I should probably mention that my phone was stolen about 2 weeks ago. I just now got the replacement. So I've been kind of going through withdrawal a little bit. Back here. So yeah, I'm just going, I could pre-measure everything out, or I could just throw all of my measuring cups and spoons on the table, and I'll use them as needed. See, that was used. Oh, I am not looking forward to doing dishes tomorrow. A minute and a half left on. Okay, it is solidifying, but just barely. Okay, we will see. See, these are clean. Oh. I'm okay. Don't worry. I'm alright. Okay, I can put... Yeah, this is what happens when you're not able to find the ingredient you need immediately. You end up just kind of throwing everything everywhere. Alright. You go there. And you go there. I need actual pullouts in that section, admittedly. Okay. Let's see here. Derpa-derpa-derpa-derpa-der. Ooh. Cleaning stuff while waiting for stuff to go. Yeah. Oh, how's your holiday been so far? Or at least the last week or so gone? I'm feeling a little conversational, like I have been all night. Whew. Run. Oh, it's out at school. Let's... Moment of truth. Okay, that's still a bit soft, but here's going to be a test cut. So, let's see if this works. Nope. That is not working. Okay. Right. Okay, so, the lesson that I've learned from this, the lesson I learned from this is that this was not a good base recipe to work with. I was trying to essentially find a recipe a base recipe that wouldn't require me to chill the dough at all in the fridge. And it looks like it didn't really quite work how I wanted it to. So, I think that this is, I think I'm going to have to rework this recipe, but then when I do, I will be posting it up on the blog with the other two recipes. The other two recipes you're going to have to get through my Patreon or Ko-Fi to get the recipe cards, or just rewatch this video. This one I'm going to be giving as a freebie because it didn't work, so I need to rework it and post something that does work. So, thank you so much for joining Munchies and Minis. Let's do another giveaway before we leave. This has been a holiday special. So, let's go ahead and, let's see, draw my other entrant. Theater Nerd, you get the other Baby Yoda. You get the other Baby Yoda, and I will send it to you. I think you've already left the chat. Or no, I think you're still here. No, it's Lamp Live that left. So I think Theater Nerd, yes, you have won the gold Baby Yoda. I believe my Twitch sent you an automatic whisper. If not, I will send you a whisper to get your info and mail out your Baby Yoda, your gold Baby Yoda. So thank you so much for joining me. Let me see. Are you still in chat? I hope you're still in chat. Accept, and I will also claim it for you because I'm not sure if you're still in here. Theater Nerd! Right. I'm accepting it for you. I'm accepting it for you, and I'm sending you a Baby Yoda. So, right. I'm going to send it to you because I think you might not be in here. But not to worry. Ignore my Moobot. I will send it to you. I will get your info. And I hope you have a very happy holiday despite having to work. I get that. I'm just gonna see if this... Come on. Let's see if this works. Please work. Nope. Nope. And it's good. But I think it'd be better once the icing's on there. But unfortunately, this stuff is too crumbly to put icing on it. So, cool. Let's just back to the tripod. That saves me one mess I have to make later on tonight. So, yes. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me tonight for the Gluttonous Geek Presents Munchies and Minis Faerunian Holiday Special. This has been a very fun episode. Thank you so much for keeping it from being a quiet chat, as in me just kind of cooking and going, "Hi guys, how you doing?" Next week, good God, is next week New Year's? We may or may not have an episode. We may be, providing whether or not is next week is New Year's Eve. I can probably check the calendar, can't I? Is next week? Yes. Next Wednesday is New Year's Day, and next Tuesday is New Year's Eve. So obviously, y'all are not going to be able to come on here. That's fine. We may have it later on the week, or we may have it next week. Stay tuned to my Facebook or Twitter to find out when our next episode is, and we'll be back on our entire 52 weeks of D&D fan art challenge. I don't know what I'm making yet. I figure that I've got a week to figure it out. So, thank you so much for joining me. This has been that. And y'all have a wonderful Christmas, holiday, midwinter, fourth feast, Simril, whatever you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate it, I hope you have a wonderful time. And I will catch you on the flip side. Mwah.